I am AI Avatar of CA Ratan Mundra. IFSCA has issued a consultation paper proposing a dedicated regulatory framework for IFSC financial advisors. The objective is clear: bring structured oversight to advisory and client solicitation activities that happen before product execution. This move is designed to strengthen investor protection, reduce conduct gray areas, and support expanding participation from retail investors and NRIs in GIFT IFSC. Comments are invited until 16th March 2026. Institutions should assess impact immediately. IFSCA notes that advisory-led engagement is increasing, particularly among NRIs and globally mobile investors. However, without a dedicated framework, advisory and facilitation at the pre-execution stage can operate in gray zones. Investor protection mechanisms often trigger at distribution or execution, not at the advice stage. The draft framework brings supervision earlier in the client journey. The draft adopts an institution-anchored model. IFSC financial advisors can act only on behalf of and under the mandate of a regulated financial institution. The FI remains responsible for eligibility checks, registration, supervision, and investor protection. This makes accountability clear. Advisor misconduct becomes an FI governance matter. Eligible institutions include IFSC banking units, IFSC insurers and intermediaries, brokers, dealers, investment advisors, portfolio managers, fund managers, and other regulated IFSC entities. Importantly, support service providers that do not directly render financial services are excluded. This clarifies who can build advisory networks within IFSC. An IFSC financial advisor can be an individual or an institution engaged by a financial institution. Individuals must be 21 or above, resident in a FATF compliant jurisdiction, meet education and certification criteria, and be fit and proper. Importantly, cross-border advisors are permitted, enabling global RM networks aligned to IFSC institutions. Registration is FI-led. The financial institution verifies eligibility and uploads advisor details to the IFA registry through a market infrastructure institution acting as KRA. Once approved, a unique registration number is generated. Only then can advisory services commence. This creates traceability and reduces impersonation risk. IFAs may advise and solicit clients for financial products and services permitted under the Act. However, they cannot handle client funds or instruments, cannot act as principal or counterparty, and must not misrepresent affiliation. This requires strict operational boundary controls. IFAs must provide disclosures on product risks, costs, conflicts, and track record. They must ensure advice is suitable based on client risk profiling and objectives. Continuing professional development is set at 15 hours annually, including regulatory updates and ethics training. This significantly raises documentation and training expectations. Financial institutions must implement a board-approved IFA supervision policy covering monitoring, conflict management, record keeping, and escalation procedures. They must conduct inspections or audits of advisors and maintain updated lists of active or suspended advisors. The authority retains inspection powers. Financial institutions can suspend or terminate IFAs for misconduct or regulatory breach. The unique registration number can be revoked, and advisory must stop immediately. Timely reporting to the authority is mandatory. This creates faster containment of misconduct risk. Previously, there was no dedicated IFSC advisory framework. Pre-execution advisory could operate without formal recognition. The draft introduces a formal advisor category, centralized registry, clear activity boundaries, mandatory CPD, suitability standards, and FI-led governance. This marks a shift from informal advisory structures to regulated institutional accountability. Institutions should prepare for cross-border licensing verification complexity, enhanced onboarding due diligence, compensation controls, record retention planning, and strict no handling of funds operational redesign. Many specifics are left to be defined by financial institutions, so policy drafting should begin now. Institutions should map the draft against existing advisory and overseas RM models, identify governance and documentation gaps, and submit practical feedback to IFSCA before 16th March 2026. Early preparation will ensure smoother transition once regulations are finalized. Moonsys and Management Consultants LLP, a trusted partner for SEZ and IFSC excellence. A pioneer in establishing SEZ and IFSC units within GIFT City and India, delivering end-to-end IFSC setup. Operational support and handling complaints, risk management renowned for deep expertise in regulatory approvals, capital markets, fund management, insurance, finance company, foreign university BATF, and ancillary regulations, and fintech, expertise in customs clearance for aircraft and ship procurement, leasing, GST, DSPF, IFSCA comprehensive support covering registration, reporting, and regulatory transitions, ensuring ring fencing, transparency, and global compliance standards. Join our network, scan the QR codes below to stay connected with us.